Hi, Joe Mastriano, CPA, and today's video I call IRS Gone Wild for sure. And that's because I've watched them over many years. I've been helping people, thousands of cases for over 40 years since 1980. But lately, after COVID, all this political stuff about government offices not acting like they did in the past. Well, now I've got IRS employees, man, they're just not watched and supervised. They act the way they want to, they break their own rules, they send out levies on people without, warning them, and they do it for minor things. There's a difference between somebody who is interested in resolving the case and somebody who wants to wield power that the government gives them. Let me give you an example. So, if a collection officer has a case of a taxpayer who owes money and they want to set up an agreement, the taxpayer who owes money should give them their income and expenses to come up with an amount that should be paid each month. But what they often do is, if you don't call them right back, or if the representative doesn't call them right back, then out goes the levy. And sometimes out goes a summons, or out goes a lien for amounts that are totally incorrect. You would think that they would care about getting the amounts correct first. And then when you call managers, managers are overworked. They've got different groups they're dealing with. They've got people being educated and transferred. My heart goes out to them. Um, but the job doesn't seem to get done. There seems to be a different agenda of punishing people, an agenda of closing cases, regardless of what happens to people, or an agenda of pushing the buck to another department, uh, so it's off their desk. I've never seen things as bad um, now. I've never seen things as bad before. And I'm talking about things that have happened before when revenue officers were solely able to decide to levy somebody's house and put it up for sale. They've since changed that, and you need higher level approval. Um, but even though that type of chaos was going on, they used to pull U-Haul trucks up and clean out people's businesses, and didn't care what you had to say during the process. It's worse now because, at least in those situations, there was an honest attempt at resolving it. And the reason they had to levy on the house or the business was because the taxpayer really, played games or hired some attorney who tried to stall them. And they finally got to the point where they had to do it. But now they don't even do their own job. It's gotten very crazy. Um, so, those of you who are trying to deal with the IRS on your own without my help, I think you're crazy unless you really have a lot of IRS experience. I don't care if you're an attorney or a CPA or an enrolled agent. I've had all three as clients that I've represented for many years before the IRS. But you really need to have that knowledge. You really need to know what's going on. And I've pushed uh, IRS employees for years. I've gotten to know managers, people in appeals, office, various divisions, lien release, and things like that. And I know how to deal with them. But even so, even with my knowledge, I still have some of them that go awry. And sometimes the response is, well, yeah, Joe, I've known you for a while, but this is what we're doing now. And that's what's going on. And, feel free to go up the chain of command and try to stop it, but I'm not going to do anything for you. So, again, those of you hiring these tax representation companies that are not professionally licensed CPAs or attorneys, you're throwing your money away. You're going to get levied anyway. Um, and this is my warning. Uh, if you hire someone, make sure the person you hire has many years of experience and knows what they're doing, and that's the person that's going to work your case. Really doesn't matter if they're an attorney, a CPA, an enrolled agent. What matters is they have a reputation for practicing professionally, and they don't have a whole series of complaints against them, and they're not part of some big company where the secretaries and other people are going to do the case. And that's it. You can go to my website, taxproblem.org, click on courses, and if you want to do it yourself, uh, you have that choice. They're very low priced. It includes group webinar coaching by me. And if you want me to do the case, you can do that also. And if you want to talk to Stephanie and help make that decision, you can contact her via email or phone call. Thank you.